Get access and watch your favorite sporting events on Pilipinas Live with these easy steps. Download via Google Play or App Store. Once downloaded, enter a valid email address. Verify the OTP sent to your email address. Note that the OTP is valid for 5 minutes and for one-time use only. If no OTP is received, you may click on the Resend OTP button. Once successful, create and enter your password. Accept the terms and conditions to complete your registration. You can now log on to Pilipinas Live. Subscribe now for only 149 pesos monthly.
You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multicam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Get access and watch your favorite sporting events on Pilipinas Live with these easy steps. Download via Google Play or App Store. Once downloaded, enter a valid email address. Verify the OTP sent to your email address. Note that the OTP is valid for 5 minutes and for one-time use only. If no OTP is received, you may click on the Resend OTP button. Once successful, create and enter your password. Accept the terms and conditions to complete your registration. You can now log on to Pilipinas Live. Subscribe now for only 149 pesos monthly.
You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multicam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Get access and watch your favorite sporting events on Pilipinas Live with these easy steps. Download via Google Play or App Store. Once downloaded, enter a valid email address. Verify the OTP sent to your email address. Note that the OTP is valid for 5 minutes and for
Walang nahuli ang gusto. PBA basketball, ginalingan ng gusto. Shoot, sabay, sigaw. Dribble, tapos hataw. Hiya parang lindol. Buster beater ni Idol. Halos di makahinga. Sa talbog ng bola, ang puso ay natadala. Sino ang magiging bida? Solid ang lawan, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang fans, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang aksyon ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang lawan, malupit ang galawan.
Balik aksyon ng PBA on a Wednesday. Dito po, mula sa sahig ng Inares Center in Antipolo, it's gonna be the Meralco Bolts making their PBA comeback after more than a month of being away from a PBA hardcourt. Yung huli nilang laro was back in October pa. And they will take on the Terrafirma Dyip. These two teams trying to bounce back from unfortunate results in their previous games at magtatapat sila ngayon. Playoff hopes are also at stake. It's the return to action for these two teams. Maraming salamat po sa pagsama nyo sa amin dito sa RPTV. Jot Sulitot, kasama natin Dominic Uy, later to be joined by Miss Eileen. It's good to work with you, Dom, and good afternoon.
Para dito sa ating laro, John, and you know, both teams are excited to play. Alam natin itong Meralco, matagal-tagal nang nawala dito sa PBA. Sabi ko nga, October 29. It's more than a month. And at 3 and 4, tingnan natin yung ating mga team standings, where we are at right now. Dahil itong dalawang kumpara na to, you look at Terrafirma, a 1 and 7 on a 6-game losing streak. Kinakailangan talaga manalo. Basically, they need to win all their remaining games. Meralco, on the other hand, are right there at number 7. Pasok sa top 8, pero obviously hindi nakakasigurado yan. Coming off 2 losses against TNT and NLEX, they are, you know, obviously in the hunt to get into the playoffs, but the magic number to get into the playoffs is 6 wins.
That's right. And yun nga, mahihirapan itong Terrafirma. But right now, for as long as may pag-asa, they would keep pushing. But let's talk about Meralco first. Sabi nga natin, ang tagal na mula nung huling naglaro sa PBA, etong Meralco Bolts. Pero hindi naman sila nabakante because they've been busy playing around the region, playing the EASL. Pero, syempre, ang babalikan natin yung huling laro nila in the PBA, which was an overtime loss against TNT.
Masakit yung talong yon against TNT. Come from behind yan. They were basically in control of that ball game. Pero too many turnovers, 22 as compared to 12. And look at the points of turnovers ng TNT, 25 is to 8. And then, biggest leads, gaya na sinabi ko, 23 basically lamang ang Meralco first quarter hanggang third quarter. But in the end, it became a problem. 62 second half points for TNT. Meralco only had 42. And yung finishing kick for Meralco in that ball game was not there.
That's right. Well, they did draw a good game, a good performance from their leader in Chris Newsome. Etong si Nunu has been a little bit in and out and up and down this conference, but he was on against TNT. He was hitting his usual shots. And Nunu, they're looking for him to become the leader once again, lalo na nangangailangan nga ng mga panalo for them to catch the playoff bus. Yan ang hinahabol ng Meralco here in this conference.
Well, one good thing for Meralco is, you know, they're playing in the Inares Center once again. So, familiar sila din sa court na ito. In that game against TNT, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. for Chris Newsome. They need him to come out early dito sa larong ito to be able to get that momentum going. Itong Meralco, John, we said, diba, 2-game losing streak. They lost 2, but prior to that, they won 3 straight. And prior to that, it was also a 2-game losing streak. So kung titignan mo yung ganong mga numero, they could be in for another 3-game winning streak, and they're hoping for something like that.
You know what? With Meralco, there's another guy who provides a lot of positives for them, and that's Cliff Hodge. Asahan mo si Hodge pagdating doon sa energy, yung hustle na dinadala niya sa floor. But whenever he's able to score, and score a lot, which he did against TNT, ang laking bonus na nun para sa Meralco Bolts.
Well, Cliff Hodge, alam mo, he will scour for every single possession. He will go for that basketball. Makikipagpalitan siya ng muka. And he can score. And he can do so many different things. At tagal niya na sa liga, ganun pa rin ang ginagawa ni Cliff Hodge. When he's able to put points on the board, malaking tulong yan. Especially if it's coming off offensive rebounds. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 supalpal para kay Cliff Hodge against that game versus TNT.
You know, Cliff and Nu, they've been the constants for over a decade already para sa Meralco. And halfway through that decade, may pumasok na nagbigay ng malaking tulong for them, Aaron Black. This guy in previous seasons was hampered by injuries, pero ngayong mukhang nagiging komportable na ulit si AB. He's coming back to the form that, you know, he introduced himself into the PBA.
Yung sharpness ng Aaron Black bumabalik na para dito sa Meralco Bolts. 14 points, 7 rebounds for AB, 6 of 12 from the field. At makikita mo yung timing niya bumabalik na. So he needs minutes on the floor. He needs to be able to play with his teammates. And syempre, nag-iba na rin yung mga iba niyang mga kakampi. So para to be able to play well together, they need minutes together on the floor.
You know, Meralco, it's exciting to see them back in the PBA. Pero magkakaroon pa kaya ng mga adjustments? What is new in the Meralco Bolts squad? For that, let's turn it over to Eileen.
Shot and Dom, magandang hapon sa inyo. While other teams had the chance to regroup during the breaks, ang Meralco Bolts naman busy sa EASL. Kaya naman napakahirap ng kanilang pinagdaanan dahil noong Sunday lang sila bumalik, nag-training sila as a team noong Monday at ngayon ay maglalaro na. They only had 2 full days to prepare for today with their team members in different locations, which is why Coach Luigi Trillo is concerned about how their team chemistry is gonna reflect on the floor and how they can keep up to speed with Terrafirma. Ika nga niya, they have improved so much, and knowing that our losses are just by a single possession, mas importanteng mag-defend kami today, especially until we get the rebounds that we need to fuel our game. Because as he says, defense was not evident in all our losses. Balik sa inyo.
That's a big thing. Alam naman natin pagka Meralco pinag-uusapan, they put a lot of pride on defense, and that's what they like. They would hope to show here today as they try to get an important win over Terrafirma. Pero yun na nga, Dom, mas importante siguro ang panalo for Terrafirma because like you said, they might have to win all of their remaining games to stay alive.
Mabigat para din sa Terrafirma. It's tall order at 1-7 right now. You have 4 more games including this one against Titan. Natalo sila by just 3 points. But ang taas ng scoring, right? If Meralco is a team that plays very good defense, Terrafirma needs to be able to shoot the ball well for them to have a chance. Pero what kept them in the ball game was their kanyang 3-point field goal, shooting 15 of 32, so 45 of the 108 points para sa Terrafirma. Doon nang galing sa larong yun.
You know, one of the reasons kung bakit etong Terrafirma still has a chance, at least, you know, to make the playoff is because of the life that Jerick Ahanmisi has given into this team in his very first conference wearing that Terrafirma uniform. Nag-iba talaga yung role nito ni Jerick. Took on the leadership role dito sa kupunang to, and he was up for that task.
Embraced it right away. Yung maganda dito kay Jerick Ahanmisi, paglipat niya galing sa Magnolia Hotshots, makikita mo, okay, I have a lot of opportunities, madami akong minuto, madami akong chance at tumira. And you know he's a scorer ever since nag-laro sa college. Ganyan na naman itong si Ahanmisi. And you like how he's locked in. Doesn't matter kung lamang yung kalaban or lamang sila, nandun siya. He's looking for his shot, and that's what they needed to do. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists against Titan Putra.
Alam mo, mabigat kasi ang number 7 sa Terrafirma pag sinuot mo yan. Sino yung mga nagsuot niyan dati? CJ Perez, Terrence Romeo.
Ayun.
Ngayon, yung leading scorer din ng Terrafirma.
Hindi tayo pa pwede sa number na yan.
Hanap tayo iba. But yeah, Ahanmisi, he has been needing help. And nagkakaroon naman, pero hindi ganun ka-consistent yung support na nakukuha ni Jerick. And you know, them as a unit, really. But Mark Nonoy, I think, you know, it seems like he's still trying to find ano ba talaga yung role ko dito sa team na to. He's getting there, and he's able to show more and more of his game, of his impact But I feel like there's a lot left to uncover for Mark Nonoy.
Oh, definitely. And of course, yung health, right? Kinakailangan you are 100% healthy, Mark Nonoy, because of the speed and the type of basketball that he plays. Kinakailangan, you know, he stretches out well. We've seen a number of games that he's pulled a hamstring, a calf. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals against Titan. So it's good. He's really good when he's healthy. Pero yun nga, yung consistency, yun naman ang hinahanap talaga sa PBA. You can be good one game, but to be consistently good, yan ang challenge.
Actually, that is a challenge for the next guy that we're going to be talking about because Louis Sanggalang, na pag-uusapan natin kasunod niya ni Mark Nonoy, is a guy who had such a brilliant first year in the league. He was matching up against Junmar Fajardo, and yung isang way that dinescribe si Louis Sanggalang ng maraming tao is walang katakot-takot, but you know, it looks like na-scout na siya in his sophomore year.
Well, 16 points, 3 rebounds against Titan. He's an undersized big man. Pero maganda sa kanya, hindi siya natatakot. Masupalpal man siya, hindi pumasok yung tira niya. He will keep on grinding it inside. And kailangan yun ng Terrafirma kasi wala silang masyadong inside presence. So you need guys like him to be able to score from the inside.
That's right. And well, Terrafirma will definitely need all hands on deck. And the good thing is, kahit hindi pa nga consistent, and they're hoping that the consistency comes eventually, pero may mga pasulpot-sulpot na tumutulong. And JM Bravo, the rookie, who was picked late in that draft, he has found a spot on the roster and he has found his role in this team.
At, you know, medyo consistent yung nilalaro niya. 16 points, 4 rebounds. Terrafirma may not be the strongest team, but there's a lot of opportunities when you play here.
And Bravo certainly has made the most of the opportunity given to him. Bibigyan din natin ng opportunity na balitaan tayo ni Aileen.
Maraming salamat, Jot and Dom. Kahit na may 6-game losing streak ang Terrafirma Dyip, hindi masyadong concerned si Coach Ronald Tubid sa standings. Ika nga niya, ganyan talaga ang pinagdadaanan kapag nagre-rebuild ang team. Obviously, they still have key missing pieces with their bigs injured, kaya ang priority ngayon ay nasa pag-improve. Their main goal is to stay close and competitive on both ends of the floor, and that might be challenging for today dahil wala si Maverick Ahanmisi due to a grade 2 calf strain. Kaya naman with one less guy on the floor, the priority is to compensate by gang rebounding, and especially since they have the size disadvantage against Meralco. Back to you.
Thank you, Aileen. Nakakatawa si Aileen, nag-thank you siya as if tayo talaga nagbigay ng opportunity. This indirect yun, Aileen. But thank you for that report.
Napakabait naman kasi ni Aileen eh. Ang dami pang breaking news.
Oo, dami talaga. Ginugulat tayo sa mga balita.
Marami pa yan sa atin, oo eh. Abangan nyo yan. Pero tama yung sinasabi niya. Alright? Pagdating dito sa Terrafirma, they're rebuilding. You know, it is a constant effort to be able to find yung tamang mga manlalaro para sa team. And they've made a lot of moves. They've made a lot of changes. Both the players and the coaches. And they're trying to find it. And injuries will not help and shorten that process.
That's true. Marami talagang shake-ups dito sa panig ng Terrafirma. Even Governor Pido Harencio, di ba, is new in that position. So, from top to bottom, there were a lot of things that changed. But they're trying to find their footing. But it needs
and
to
stay
come
competitive. Importante, right? And that's why yun yung hinahanap ni Coach Ronald Tubid. Not necessarily the wins right away, but finding and being competitive for 48 minutes.
Well, let's see what they do in this game. But before we start, let's meet the starters from both teams.
Our first game for today features the Meralco Bolts versus the Terrafirma Dyip. Let us now meet the starters first for the Meralco Bolts. Point guard is a member of the 2020 PBA All-Rookie Team from Quezon City, number 1, Aaron Black. Shooting guard from Valenzuela City, number 71, CJ Cancino. Small forward from Pintig, Ilocos Norte, number 11, Chris Newsom. Power forward is a 3-time All-Defense Team member from Cavite City, number 7, Cliff Hodge. And at center from Pasig City, number 33, Brandon Bates. Coaching the Bolts is Luigi Grillo. And it's time to meet the starters for the Terrafirma Dyip. Point guard is one of Terrafirma's leading scorer last season from La Carlota City, Negros Occidental, number 24, Mark Nonoy. Shooting guard from Quezon City, number 19, Paulo Hernandez. Small forward from City of San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, number 26, J.M. Bravo. Power forward is playing in his 11th season in the PBA from Macau Rizal, number 10, Arjun Mariano. And at center, from Macau, number 5, Dean Sandivar. Coaching Terrafirma Dyip is Ronald Tubin. Game officials are Peter Balao, Joel Bandago, Jason Pipinoso, and John Mira.
Here are your officials for this game. You got Peter Balao, Joel Baldago, Jason Vipinoso, and John Mira calling this game. Para na sa starters, Wong Quinto will be coming off the bench for the first time in this conference para sa Meralco. Aaron Black slipping into that starting unit and
Pasa sa'yo agad.
oh my, tayo agad ang nagwagi sa jampon.
Basta wag mo lang ibibigay yung alley-oop kay Magua.
Patira na ako nun, hiningi alley-oop.
Kailangan mo nung...
Respect
Ma,
your
either
respect
masyado ka
your
lang
elders.
mabait, or kailangan mo na magpa-check na mata ulit. Baka akala mo ibang teammate eh.
Sinisi pa yung pasa ko. Well, it's game time between Meralco and Terrafirma. Cancino has been having a brilliant conference. Although,
Number one scorer
in the last few games. He's trying to get his rhythm back.
Well, he is the #1 scorer right now for Meralco. And you like how Meralco, you can see slowly but surely trying to get younger. Trying to add pieces.
Ito yung sinasabi nating bilis ni Nonoy. Even look at his rear view mirror before finishing through the foul. Mark Nonoy actually enjoying his first start and only his 4th game here in this conference.
Well, Nonoy getting that steal and taking it all the way to the basket. Alam mo, pag makauna kasi si Mark Nonoy, ang hirap mo nang habulin. He's so quick. He can finish that fast break. He can finish with both hands. And that's really what it is.
Alam mo, I think it should be a sporting spectacle kung pag 100-meter dash natin, si Nonoy, si Gio Halalon, Jason Castro at his peak, maybe?
Ay, oo.
Back-to-back empty possessions para sa Meralco. Oh, CJ Cancino tried to get aggressive very early in the game.
Let's go old school guys like Warren Ibanez.
Oh, yeah.
Diba? Bibilis din nun.
Here's Terrafirma. Moving that ball around. Nonoy ang may hawak ngayon. Tres naman ang hahanapin niya. Mark Nonoy! Wow, back-to-back big plays. Isang 3-point play, isang 3-point shot.
And a steal. Right? Defensively getting that steal. So, in terms of the stat count, andun. Itong si Mark Nonoy.
Aaron Black missing on that 3. Dom, yun nga pinag-usapan natin. Hindi naman nabakante itong Meralco. In fact, you know, they may have lost their last PBA game over a month ago. Pero galing sila sa tatlong sunod-sunod na panalo in the EASL.
So, in terms of conditioning, in terms of yung may practice, andyan. Pero, you have to remember, in the EASL, they have imports. So, iba yung ikot ng tao, iba yung kasama mo, and you want to maximize the imports. And yun yung naging, ano, they may be in game shape, but in terms of being sharp with each other on the court, yun ang problema.
Pero this was Mark Nonoy with a 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Lamang ang Terrafirma 6-0. Here's Newsome. Trying to serve as the leader that he is. The step through.
Travel.
Foot, yung kanyang pivot foot might have gone up.
Well, no challenge.
Yun yung isa sa mga innovations kasi in today's basketball. No? That pump fake na dati, ang belief natin tapos na yung footwork mo once you do that. But now, we're seeing that the step through is possible.
That's another way to be able to extricate yourself from the defense. Pero kailangan practicing mo yan.
And you have to give a nod to yung mga skills and the individual skills coaches ngayon, Dom, because they also are the ones who really go through the rule book and look for quote-unquote loopholes.
Actually, I don't think it's loopholes, but maximizing.
Oh, yeah. That's a better way to put it.
Maximizing it. And just teaching you. Dati kasi, diba tinuturo sa'yo, dapat maka-dribble ka lang ng kaliwat kanan. Alright? And then the evolution. Nonoy with another 3-point shot. And then the evolution of being able to dribble, whether you're a big man or a small man, na kailangan guard-like skills, right? And then shooting from the outside. Then you have the Steph Curry range, right? And everybody's shooting from the outside. Eh ngayon, iba na eh. Talagang you have to be able to dribble, shoot, extricate yourself from the defense, play the pick and roll. Kumbaga, kompleto. You need to be able to master all of those skills while you're in basically grade school and high school. Kailangan marunong ka na talaga mag-dribble at tumira ng tama.
And you have to continue evolving. Parang ito si Mark Nonoy. There was a time that you would sag off and let him shoot. Pero ngayon, he has the first 9 points of this game. Look for him to try and get that ball. But Zaldivar loses it. That's going to go back to Meralco.
And because of all that skill na kinakailangan mong matutunan at mag-ensayo and put in the amount of work, nakikita mo naman yung flip side nun. Ang dami rin natin nakikita mga injuries.
That's true.
Because hindi na nakakapagpahinga masyado yung mga manlalaro.
I remember si Cliff Hodge. Diba, alam naman natin lahat kung paano mag-basketball si Cliff. Talagang binibilangan natin. Ilang beses bumabagsak as Cancino finally puts Meralco on the board. In his rookie year, nakwento niya na yung pinaka-importante raw na advice na nakuha niya from a vet was from Kelly Williams. And Kelly Williams said, rest more. Because Cliff barely rests. He's a workhorse.
Kasi
sa ensayo.
Di ba ang mindset, you have to keep on working hard. Work hard. The more minutes you put in, di ba? The more time you put in your craft, mas gagaling ka tama. Pero kailangan may balansyado din ng tamang pagpahinga. And of course, proper diet.
Bates missing, but he was fouled. So 2 free throws yan para sa Meralco.
Even now, di ba yung recovery, iba na rin eh. Di ba dati, ice lang parate. Now meron treatment na both cold, hot and cold, you know, one after the other. A lot of, you know, stretching and strengthening. But because of how explosive the players are, yun din eh, kaya rin nagkakaroon ng mga injuries.
That's true. Well, si L.A. Tenoro, sinasabi niya, hindi ko kailangan yung technology na yan. Naka 700 straight games ako.
Correct.
But yeah, it's amazing how much the game has evolved, and not just the game per se, di ba? Hindi lang yung basketball on the court, but like you meant, yung mga nakwento mo, everything around it. Eh kung nandyan na yan, nung naglalaro ka pa, di siguro nasa
walang kalaban-laban.
50. 51 greatest PBA players ka.
That never played. Yun yung caveat sa dulo, that never played.
Pero greatest.
Okay naman eh.
Nonoy again. This time, it doesn't go. The ball's on the run. Si Cancino.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful move with that high ball pickup.
Makes basketball look so easy.
And he has gotten the keys, no, sa opensa nitong Meralco.
May kita mo dyan dun sa place na tinatakbo nila. Diba? A lot of times he gets the ball on top. And basically his go signal that, okay, make something happen. Pag nakuha niya na yung bola dun sa taas.
Ang tapang din kasi nito ni CJ Cancino.
And kailangan mentality mo as a scorer is pag nabigyan ka ng bola, you're looking at scoring.
That's right. And it's also incredible to see him do that despite the injuries that he's gone through in his career.
And perfect example lang, ito may kay Brandon Bates doon. Sanay si Brandon na kukuha lang siya ng rebound, he'll give screens. Ngayon, binibigyan na siya ng bola off those rolls pagdating sa screen. And they want him to be able to make those baskets. So yun yung next, yun yung mahirap din naman na parang hindi ka tumitira din ngayon, pinapatira ka na.
Ito tumitira talaga, and Newsome got clipped by Hernandez, so pupunta siya sa free throw line. Paulo saying na may kick out daw si Nuno, and he's asking for an offensive foul. But the call will stand, so dalawang freebies yan para kay Nu.
It's a mindset, really. And, you know, that's why some players wants... Diba, may meron talaga mga scorer na scorer lang talaga. Alright? And ako, like, my journey was in high school. Top score average, what, 30, 35 points a ball game. Pero pagdating sa college, ang daming magagaling. So you end up becoming more of a passer. And then you kind of have to switch it back with certain leagues. Pag wala yung mga star players, mahirap siya. Hindi siya ganun kadali. And that's why in the PBA, it is difficult. And that's why you gotta keep on working on your game day in and day out.
Well, that leads me to asking you dito sa sitwasyon ng Meralco. Although this is not the first time na nagsasabay silang naglalaro sa EASL at PBA. But how difficult is it? Siyempre yung ensayo ko, hindi ka naman separate ang ensayo ko for the PBA at hiwalay for EASL. I mean, what do you think is the dynamics in this kind of a mix?
Well, you need to be able to put in the work, right? End of the day, individual skills. Kailangan ikaw na bahala doon, right? Kung hindi kayo magkakasama nag-i-ensayo, then yun na lang yung hahabulin mo. Pero yung hindi ka makokondisyon or you won't work on your game, even while you're alone, mas dalawa kailangan mong habulin, right? Not just the physical aspect, not just your conditioning, not just na, di ba, practice ka ng shooting so that when you guys play, kasi pagdating naman sa basketball, walang same situation na ibibigay sa'yo. Right? So you need to be able to react and read na pinibigay ng depensa. Pero, alam mo, pag practice mo, kunyari, 3-point shot mo from the wing, pag nalibre ka dyan, kumpiyansa ka na pwede ka tumira.
That's right. And part of it is really understanding your role in the team. Well, a timeout has been requested here. Mark Nonoy leading this hot start of Terrafirma. They're up by 7.
We gotta get over, no noise, hand off everything, okay? Switch pistol, switch guard to guard, okay? But don't switch the zoom because we get confused, all right? We gotta get some rebounds, guys, okay? We're getting tips, but we're not getting those tips into our hands, so be there, be ready, okay?
So for us, it's about, you know, getting back to what we do in all Filipino. Some of the guys that haven't had their rhythm, I know it's been tough for them, but the one thing that I'm excited about is, you know, they're going to be ready to play. You know, they haven't had games in a while, so they're going to be hungry to play. And I think it's about channeling that hunger in the right way in order for us to get the win today.
That's the thing about Chris Newsom. He always is hungry. And he stayed hungry for about a decade bago niya nakuha yung una niyang kampiyonato in the PBA.
And he stayed with the course, right? Stayed with one team, kept on working, kept on improving his game. Naalala mo pa yung sinasabi natin, oh, magaling itong si Chris Newsom, pero pagdating sa crunch time, he passes the basketball.
That's true. Well, may update pa sa atin si Ivy.
Jot and Dom, despite his rocky start this conference, nahanap na ni Chris Newsom ang kanyang rhythm as he started getting the reps in and getting better adjusted to coming off the bench. Nakatulong ito sa magandang performance niya coming off the bench as well for Scotty and Gilas, which was translated into 2 wins over Guam. And while he already started today, Chris says importante na ma-fulfill niya ang role na kailangan para manalo ang kanyang koponan. At kung saan kailangan ng extra push, ay doon siya dapat. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much. Yan naman talaga yung kwento ni Chris Newsom, and that's why he's considered one of the best leaders
in role. Hirap ng role. Starter ka din bilang the next time around in the next conference or coming off the bench. And like we said, depende anong kinakailangan ng team. If you're the team, you're constantly trying to improve your lineup, whether you just won a championship or you're looking for that championship.
At ngayon, in this game, balik na naman siya sa starting lineup. So, it's an ever-evolving situation para kay Newsom.
Ang sanay lang dyan yung mga taga-Rainer Shine.
Kailangan nila masanay. Hanapi attacking Newsom with the block. Ito ngayon ng Meralco. They were on the bad end of a 9-0 run coming from Mark Nonoy to start this game. Pero unti-unti na nag-iingay. Newsom from the outside. That's a miss. Bates grabs that board against the smaller Rivero, and he will draw a foul. You have to like, Dom, how aggressive Bates is underneath the basket.
And you like that they're giving him a lot of time. Nakikita mo project. But he's tall, he's athletic, he's got a great attitude. And that's why binibigyan siya ng minuto. Nakikita mo, mas madami na yung minuto niya against guys like Raymond Almazan.
That's true. And si Bates, I remember when he was really unlocked dun sa finals na against San Miguel. Dun sa unang championship ng Meralco.
Played really well, and that's what really, gave him these opportunities right now. And such a nice guy.
Oh, he
si
is.
Brandon Bates. And funny.
Doon sa media day ng PBA, okay din mag-host to. Ang usapan lang namin ni Brandon, dapat by next year, straight Tagalog na.
Yan ang asawa ni Coach Luigi Trillo, nasa kaliwa. And then yung anak nila, si Rocio, who is actually the girlfriend nitong si Brandon Bates.
So supporting, of course, dad and her partner and the Meralco Bolts. Di maurong isang galang ito si Bates. Louis, you like that effort. 3 Meralco Bolts players battling for the board. Banquero has been deployed by Coach Luigi.
John, itong Meralco, they're the #1 rebounding team in the league, averaging close to 57 rebounds a ball game, considering they're not necessarily the tallest.
That's true, pero ito, one of their anchors underneath. Before we talk about Mazan, Cliff Hodge. Hinahabol niya yung bola as it was sailing out of bounds. It was clutching onto his left knee. Parang naipit doon when Rivero and Hodge both dived.
Hoping that that's nothing serious for Cliff Hodge.
You can already see kung gaano heavily wrapped yung kanyang tuhod. He's been playing, but it's just the style of play of Cliff Hodge since he entered the league.
And he's had his share of injuries as well. But para siyang si Humpty Dumpty, you put him back together again.
Alam mo, nakuha lang ni Jared Dillinger yung moniker na Daredevil, but it also kind of applies to Cliff Hodge.
It's good to see Cliff Hodge walking on his own.
Ika-ika, pero that's already a good sign at least. But there was no foul called on that play. Incidental contact. Clearly, hindi siya nakita ni Rivero. So Hodge will be replaced by
Chris Banquero.
And now Meralco will regain possession on that offensive rebound. Sabi mo, best rebounding team. Quinto. Labas kay CB. Attacking the close out. Naglambitin sa ere. Pumasok pa rin.
Seemed like he wanted to pass that basketball, but in the end, had no choice but to take it, making it itong si Chris Banquero.
What a luxury na kaya mong mag-decide sa ere na. Talon muna
Dati ako mas matagal makaka-decide.
Nagbabago ka pa ng isip.
Ngayon, tipito na lang eh. Actually, dati wala namang decision-making, pasa.
Buti ka nga, pasa eh.
Yun na nga, ikaw mali eh. Huwag ka nang papasa. Pipiliin mo yung papasahan mo.
Kasi naman si Magumarjon humingi alley-oop daw eh.
Alam mo, ang malaki mong pagkakamali, naniniwala ka kasi sa kanya eh. Tapos kasalanan ko pa, medyo malayo daw yung pasa.
Ilapit ko raw sa ring kasi itadap niya raw. Eto Meralco nakabalik na. They're only down by 2 points. Under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Paraiso.
See that time off that pick and roll. Nobody went to the open spot. Both guys, Nisi and Rivero, just stayed back. That's why the defense of Meralco was able to collapse.
And on the other side, presence of mind na lang dito ni Rayson. Nakaramdam ng contact and tried to flip it up, and now he's at the line for 2. Remember, Dom, kung gaano kabilis na score ng Terrafirma yung 9 points. So, all coming from Mark Nonoy happened in the first 2 minutes of the game. But with just 3:42 left dito sa first quarter, 3 na lang yung nadagdag nila doon.
A pretty low scoring ball game if you look at it, right? 12 for Terrafirma and 10 so far for Meralco.
And this is usually a pace that Meralco enjoys. Sanggalang hitting from the outside.
Narinig tayo ni Sanggalang.
Parang tumingin nga sa yun.
Oo, di ba?
Banquero. Taken away. Paraiso umaatake. Rayson nakaharap sa kanya. Will have to step on the brakes. It's Sanggalang against Cal Pascual. Louie carving out space. 2 free throws para sa kanya.
Kita mo, nakikipagmasahihan talaga eh. Itong si Sanggalang. And that's why he is their #1 option at the post.
And even from the outside, he's able to hit it. Louie coming out of one of his best games in this conference. Yung 16 points niya against Titan Ultra. Of course, unfortunately, ended up in a loss. Coach Ronald Tubid on your screens. Isa dun sa mga sinasabi nating mga nagbago rin na posisyon dyan sa bench ng Terrafirma. They're up by 6. Rayson freeing himself up. Thought about the 3. Atake na lang. Off the glass it goes.
Oh, they need to be aggressive. They need to be able to match as well yung speed nitong Terrafirma.
See what Terrafirma's able to do here. Dribble handoff action para Iso. Nang aararo sa ilalim and that's stepping on the sideline. On the baseline rather. Naipit siya in unfamiliar territory and we have another timeout. Lamang pa rin ang Terrafirma. They're up 16-12.
Send sa screen! Send sa screen, send! Simpleng one-on-one defense eh! Listen ka, ito ha. Louis to ha. Vince. Derek. Derek. Mark. Reverse. Dito ka lang, dito. Huwag kang magulo. Get open, Derek. Reverse. Clear?
Take a look at yung ginawa ni Brent Paraiso dun sa laro nila against Titan Ultra. Not numbers that will jump out of the box, but enough para makatulong sa team niya.
Well, 10 points, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. And it's very important para sa Terrafirma to get everybody to help out. Because this is a team that is undersized. This is a team that has guys playing the same position, di ba? Pare-parehong position. And kailangan collective talaga yung effort nitong Terrafirma. They actually won their first game against Blackwater. Or rather, they won their first game against NLEX, 97-91. Natalo sila against Blackwater, 107-87 their first game. Then lost to Converge, Magnolia, Rainer Shine, TNT, Phoenix, and Titan in the previous game.
How about Raymond Almazan? Rocking the rim dito sa Antipolo. Just going back to Brent Paraiso, alam mo parang naging solid na yung role niya dito sa team as the point guard. Well, right now he's on the bench. Let's see who runs the offense for them. Ganda sana ng connection. Rivero and Ahanisi, but Prince missing the layup. Here's Banquero. And CB evens it up at 16 all.
Well, they were able to make sure na nakapunta sila doon. That was 5-on-4 because Rivero not able to get down right away. It seemed like he was holding on to his calf.
A minute and 30 left in the first. Atake si Hanapi. He'll take 2 free throws. Yung katangpasan ni Quinto to wide open. Rock and roll.
They like posting up itong si Bong Quinto because there are a lot of mismatches against him regardless of kung sino man yung kalaban nila. Because he can face up, he can back them up on the post. So importante yung kanyang mga teammates to make sure that they improve their position and try to get to that open spot because he can pass that basketball.
And pareho kasi sila ni Chris Newsom di ba? That nagkaroon ng drastic change in the positions they played from college into the PBA. If I remember correctly, Quinto in his early years played a 2 or 3 dito sa Meralco. But he was a 4 back in Letran.
Yep.
Siyempre ngayon, nabublur na yung lens because it is positionless basket. More of positionless basketball in this day and age. Mintis yung dalawa para kay Hanapi. A minute and 15 left. First quarter, Meralco versus Terrafirma. Ito naman yung post ni Quinto, but taken away. It will stay with Meralco though.
But Jot, going back to your statement, right, about positionless basketball, I feel yes, but at the same time, ang feeling ko hindi natatanggal na position yung point guard. Diba? Other than that, medyo blurred na yung lines.
Speaking of lines, that was behind both lines. It's a 4-point shot para kay CB to beat the shot clock.
He was the first player to ever score a 4-point shot in the PBA.
That is correct. Hanapi Sasagutan ng tres, no good. Mariano, ball loose. Rayson takes it away. They're running. Quinto all alone.
Those layups once again for Meralco. Terrafirma needs to be able to get back.
Ang bilis ng counter run dom nito Meralco.
Remember yung statistic na pinakita natin earlier of Terrafirma in their game against Titan. Fast break points din ang naging problema nila eh. Right? They gave up 35 fast break points.
And you know that Titan Ultra is a team that will try and run.
Yep.
7 seconds left in the quarter. Meralco trying to take a last shot. Banquero making his move. CB with a cross. The step back. Jumper. That's good. Banquero. Just in the nick of time. Look at this move.
A beautiful move by CB. He just knew exactly kung gaano kadaming oras pa ang naititira. With that little pullback jumper for CB. 10 points para kay Chris Banquero.
What a way to open up the game for CB. Yung 10 puntos niya in the first quarter, off the bench pa yan. And he puts Meralco up by 8 at the end of 1.
Watch the spin and so on, okay, and cut. And we're going to look where Jarek is if he's in the game, okay? We're going to rotate quicker to him. Now, we can come off that double, all right? Make him pick it up and go. You understand? Second line, okay? So he puts the dribble, attack it.
Chris Banquero, nung laro nila against TNT, which was back in October, that was their last PBA game, had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay naman, but you know he's capable of more.
Oh, you know that he's capable for more. And like we said, kung collective effort ang kinakailangan ng Terrafirma, for Meralco as well. This is a team that you know has gotten deeper. And guys, hindi kayo pwede kasi sabay-sabay mag-off day, right? You cannot rely on just 1, 2, 3 guys when you're playing in the PBA. You know, guys have to come off the bench and be able to contribute regularly.
And Banquero did come off the bench and he's put up 10 points. Perfect 4 of 4 shooting from the field though. Meron pang isang 4 and did all of that in just 5 minutes of action. He starts the second quarter on the floor. Nonoy turnaround. Medyo matagal na tahimik si Mark after a strong opening. Quinto ahead of everyone, gets fouled. 2 more free throws para sa Bolts.
John Meralco shooting 56% from the field in that first quarter. Ito namang Terrafirma just 29%. They were hot at the beginning, but then faltered towards the end of the first quarter.
Pero ito yung interesting naman sa Bolts. Dom, from the free throw line, 2 of 8.
And they haven't made anything from the three-point area.
2 of 9 now. Even Bong Quinto na kadalasan na steady naman from the line.
Speaking of 9, 9 of 13 from the two-point area in that first quarter. 14 rebounds. At ito yung malaki. 16 points in the paint.
Wow. Magkaiba yung pinagkuhanan ng puntos itong Terrafirma at Meralco because
4 of 8
Terrafirma naman
4 of 8 from the three-point area.
and only 1 make from 2-point range. Rayson. Tres niya, no good. It's on Misi who tracks it down. 8 ang lamang na Meralco. Hernandez. Natapik now, and so it will stay with Terrafirma with 16 on the clock.
Also good to have Alain Maliksi back if you're Meralco. Medyo matagal-tagal din nawala yan after they won that championship.
Alam mo, underrated din yung lalim nitong roster ng Meralco.
And they've gotten progressively deeper, right? When they made a number of acquisitions and yung pagkuha nila sa draft. Guys like Cancino, di ba, magandang pilihan. Actually, their draft this year, hindi pa nga nakakalaro si Jason Brickman.
That's right. A high draft pick for sure. How about Hernandez hitting a 3? Paparamdam na dito. Banquero. Outside to Rayson. Gustong bumawi, and he does.
look at that flow, yung pag-ikot ng bola ngayon ng Meralco a lot better. They're really making the defense of Terrafirma work.
Balik sa walo, yung lamang ng Bolts. Hernandez. Si Maliksi naman ang atakihin niya and he gets the basket to fall in. May bonus free throw kang kasunod.
If you're Terrafirma, it doesn't matter what happened now.
That three-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Yan din, sinagot agad ni Rayson. A three-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
It doesn't matter what happened in the first quarter. Right? Nakabalik itong Meralco, nalamangan kayo. But you need to refocus here in the second quarter and try to regain this lead back. At yun yung sinasabi ni Eileen kanina, that Terrafirma is focusing on. Diba? They need to be competitive. They need to be able to play possession per possession.
Interesting defensive play there, Dom.
Yeah.
In 2-2-1.
Full court.
Pero manapasag din naman agad ng Meralco.
Actually, in the PBA, napakahirap na talaga that you either go full court press or, you know, full court trap. But it's really difficult.
Eileen, what do you have?
John and Dom, despite their strong start in the first quarter, hindi nagawa ng Terrafirma Dyip na masustain ang kanilang abante. Kaya naman in the latest huddle, Didat Hanapi got a mouthful from Coach Jeff Napa for that uncontested shot of Chris Banquero. Ika nga niya, hindi pwedeng hinahayaan lang natin sila tumira ng tumira. We need to defend pati na execute our ball screen attacks better. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Eileen. You know, this second quarter, Dom, yung simula nitong second quarter feels a lot like the start of the first, with Terrafirma making this run to draw a little bit closer. Nonoy, dinagdagan na yung kanyang total. Now in double figures, etong si Mark with 11. Here's Meralco, Quinto. Gumawa ng espasyo and that was all he needed to get 2 points. Grabe talaga yung turbo nito ni Mark Nono. Hindi makasunod yung leeg ko eh. Pag-twist, ang bilis eh. And both teams running their tires out. And Bravo finishes through the foul.
Well, in terms of fast breaks, in terms of averages, John, lamang dyan ang Terrafirma. They average 11.6 fast break points a ball game. Itong Meralco, actually 7.4 lang. Pero nung first quarter, lamang ang Meralco dyan. 4 fast break points compared to just 3 para sa Terrafirma.
But you know that Terrafirma will be trying to run as much as they can. That's usually how they generate points. And this is how they're climbing back into this game, though.
Well, they have young legs, right? In terms of Meralco, alam natin, you know, the past month has not been easy in terms of their schedule because of traveling and playing. And so, kung may advantage ang Terrafirma dyan, it's really them having fresher legs.
And Terrafirma now sitting on its own. Quinto. Gustong postean si Bravo. Out to Rayson. That's a 4. And it goes. The second 4-pointer para sa Meralco Bolts.
Because yung kumpiyansa, nakashoot rin siya ng 3 points kanina.
Macy gustong bumawi. Off of the 3.
No hesitation there.
Ganun kalaki yung 4 points eh, no? Nakalahati na kanina ng Terrafirma yun lamang. But it's back to where we started this quarter. Meralco by 8. That was the kick out by Quinto. And Rayson will not be shy to take those shots. Cancino on the floor now. That was good help coming from Rayson.
Yep.
Nagulo niya lang
Magugulat ka kasi. Di ba kala mo nakalusot ka na dun eh. Then biglang kailangan mo protektahan bigla yung bola from somebody else.
And Kurt earning himself more minutes dito sa laro natin with his performance on both ends. No sum. Swinging that ball. Maliksi, quick trigger. Ale, the dead shot. He loves that.
Catch and shoot.
And now Meralco up by double digits.
But that puts them in the penalty.
So early, Dom, dito sa ating second quarter. Take a look at this. An Alain Maliksi three-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. The first 3 points ni Alain in this game most probably will not be his last. Alam naman natin yung kamandag niyan ni Maliksi. Even made his way to a Gilas Pilipinas roster because of his calling card, yung kanyang outside shooting.
And he's tall. Di ba malaki siya? He's what, 6'4"? Long wingspan. And he's pretty quick.
You know, a lot of people forget that this guy created a name for himself in the PBA D-League. Nung sa college in UST, sure, he was a contributor, but not the biggest. Won an MVP. Oh, a little crossover for Rayson. Hindi lang pumasok yung tira. Cancino against Katapusan. Parehong taga-UP. And it's CJ who gets that off the glass. Meralco's lead slowly growing here. 40-27. Cancino cooking the D. And he puts Meralco up by 13. 8:07 left in the first half. We'll be back in more of your PBA.
Louis, dito ka ha. Huwag kang magulo. Get kay Louis. Linda, going to flow. Defense, you're still a bit soft here. Yeah. You're playing single, okay? 2, everything else 7. All right? Don't try to triple switch. You gotta fight, okay, the 4-man.
We were talking about CJ Cancino, Dom, and how he's the leading scorer of Meralco. Pero dun sa laban against TNT, CJ was limited.
8 points, 2 assists, pero plus 19, 3 of 8 from the field for CJ Cancino. But in his first 6 games, kita mo yung big dip, di ba? 18.5 points per ball game. Pero against TNT, only 8 for CJ Cancino.
Yung mababa rin dyan is his attempts. Because you know, in their first 2 games of the new conference, the new season, close to 20 attempts si CJ, but only 8 against TNT. This time, though, he was not denied, not even by a former college teammate in CJ Katapusan. CJ din pala yung dalawang yan. Oh, it's Hernandez resuscitating Terrafirma here in the second.
11-point lead for the Meralco Bolts. Again, Terrafirma, hindi ka pwede mapag-iwanan ng basta-basta. Right? You want to be able to keep it close, keep it single digits.
Good sign for Meralco that Hodge is back. Pero hindi umabot sa kanya yung pasa ni Bates. Tapusan. Iwan kay Hernandez. Back to CJ. Corner 3. Off. And that should be a foul on Sanggalang. Bakbakan sila ni Bates sa ilalim for the rebound.
Brandon Bates. So much upside for this kid. Still so young. Tall, very athletic. Just needs to get more comfortable with handling the basketball, meaning natitira siya.
Yeah, and you know,
not necessarily offensive rebounds lang.
Whenever he's on the court, it also looks like he's just having fun while really doing his job. And look at Cliff Hodge proving to all of us na okay lang siya.
Okay lang.
Earlier, kung hindi nyo po inabutan, Hodge went down, clutched onto his left knee, at medyo iika-ika pa labas ng court, but he's back and he's okay. Rayson had to hang in the air. There's Bates. Pag ganyan, yung sinasabi mo, offensive rebound, maasa.
Yes. Also, you know, you look at that, he was up against smaller guys, so kayang-kaya yun. The true test is later on when he's up against guys who are maybe just an inch or two smaller than him or bigger when they start bumping him. Iba na pag pinapangga ka and trying to do a putback.
And that kind of thing is sort of what Meralco has done over the last few possessions, forcing Terrafirma into turnovers. Rayson asking for it. Newsome. Alam mo minsan, pag nagbabanggaan na kayo ng defender mo, alam mo nang gusto mo na Nacha-challenge ka and you want to take on that defense.
Parang speaking from experience yan.
Hindi ko pa na-experience yun.
But talking about Brandon Bates, right? The challenge is because he's got so much potential, and I think Meralco understands that and has seen that. That's why they've signed him for his contract.
By the way, tibay at tatag, pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Suportahan po natin ang ating mga atletang Pilipino from December 9 up to the 20th via the Pilipinas Live app. Available din yan sa One Sports Plus at RPTV. You can also go to the SEA Games website para alam nyo kung kailan maglalaro yung ating mga atleta. The steal and the finish for Jeric Ahanmisi. 14 ang tinitingala ng Terrafirma. Hodge gets it to Cancino. CJ splits the D, floats it up, a foul whistled. More free throws para sa Meralco.
Ahanmisi not really known for his defense, but I like how he was playing defense against Cancino. Diba pinahirapan niya so that mapapagod ng bahagya itong si Cancino, even if he ended up getting the foul. But he made him work before he took that shot.
I'm also very impressed, Dom, dito kay Cancino with how agile he looks on the court. Again, coming off an ACL injury. By the way, all-star ng PBA is coming back. It's gonna be in Candon City PBA Season 50 All-Star Game. So scan nyo lang po yung, sana na-scan nyo yung QR code kasi doon kayo makakaboto. Voting period is up until January 18. Meron kang 5 North, 5 South All-Stars, 12 rookies, sophomores, and juniors ang iboboto ninyo.
Malamang dyan, pupunta ka dyan. Kasi alam ko, enjoy ka pagdating sa All-Star.
Oo, lalo na yung mga... Saan nga ba tayo napunta dati, di ba? Bacolod. And we also went to Digos before. Kaya mga nasama ako, Nonoy. Naipasa pa kay Ahanmisi.
It's just so nice pag pumupunta kasi sa All-Stars, and do make sure that the fans na bumoto kayo, and pag makikita mo lahat ng a lot of the stars are there, and yung interaction ng players because the vibe is very different.
Ito yung agaw kanina, and eventually the finish. Nonoy setting up Jeric Ahanmisi. AB. Di pa masyado nagpaparamdam in this game. Ito si Aaron. Hodge. Shot is off. Bravo with the board. Look at the fast break points. Namamayag pa getting Terrafirma, but way off on that Ahanmisi 4-point attempt. Black. Iwan kay Newsome. Oh, misses. But it's Cancino gets it back.
That's a great pass. Just Newsome missing that layup.
It's Hodge. What a move from Cliff Hodge. Pati yata yung mga kakampi niya, naloko niya.
Experience ang tawag doon.
Backdoor cut for Ahanmisi. And Cancino was able to get there, pero inabot yung braso. So 2 free throws for Jeric. What a turnaround this has been for Meralco Dom in the first half. Again, Terrafirma behind Mark Nonoy started
9-0 ba?
9-0. All 9 of those points nanggaling kay Nonoy. Pero ngayon, 17 na ang lamang ng Meralco. Pamaskong handog ng PBA. Meron pong mga free tickets na ibibigay throughout the month of December. First come, first serve yan. So puntahan nyo lang yung ating mga venues. Puntahan nyo rin muna yung website para sure kayo kung saan yung venue. Our schedule, of course, is on the PBA website.
At tuloy-tuloy yung elimination round till right before Christmas.
By the way, if you're not too familiar, pba.ph po ang website ng PBA. So on Friday, sa Ninoy Aquino Stadium tayo, Dom. Saturday, dito pa rin sa Inares Center, Antipolo. Pati
Sa
Sunday,
linggo, yes.
dito rin. Alam mo, assign gun. Points in the paint. This is a department you mentioned a while.
16 yan at the end of the first quarter. Then you have 28 now, so that's 12 already here in the second.
And they've also been hitting their outside shots.
And because Kung nakakapuntos ka sa loob, di ba magko-collapse yung depensa? So that frees up now the shooters on the outside. They have a better look.
Ang hindi na lang napapasok ng Meralco dito, free throws eh.
Tama. Kasi may mga 4-point shot na rin sila. Dalawa na.
That's right. But they do get the stop. Can they add on? It's already a 20-point lead for the Bolts. AB, guarded by the rookie, Bravo. Hodge, losing his footing.
That's
but
6
recovers
points.
and scores.
That's 6 points for Cliff Hodge. Dito sa quarter na ito, ha?
Cliff Hodge, he's just impressive. You know, yung style of play ni Cliff Hodge, minsan pagka tumatanda ka,
mag-iiba.
Oo eh, you're a little bit more careful, but no, he's the exact same way he was back in 2012. Bates, that's traveling. Good call.
See, again, these are the things also that Brandon Bates needs to work on. Yung strength, yung grip strength niya when he has that basketball.
Yung body strength, walang problema. But yeah, that grip on that ball. But Meralco grasping on to a 22-point lead.
Listen, next 3 minutes, they're starting the game, I'm telling you right now, okay? We're gonna play defense 72, okay? 72, be higher on that, okay? Help recover. You know who the good shooters, you know who are every shooters, how much you can help.
Newsome versus Perez. Newsome, fade away.
Oh!
Woo-hoo-hoo! Chris Newsome with a fadeaway dagger.
Talk about patenting that shot. That's the second time he's made that kind of shot, closing out this win.
More than 5 years ago, Chris Newsome in the PBA bubble hit that shot by the baseline to give Meralco a 2-point win over Terrafirma Dyip. And at that time, Dom, walang nakakaalam pa that 4 years later, he would hit a similar shot to win Meralco's first ever PBA championship.
And that one was against San Miguel Beermen at the Araneta Coliseum. Kasi yun, ano yun, bubble yan sa Pampanga.
Oo.
Kaya makita mo yung mga kamask pa, di ba?
Tsaka alam mong walang nagbe-braids kay Lou eh. Kaya afro.
Maikli pa yung buhok na nun.
Yeah, you know, yung bubble na yun din, I mean, of course, it was a very challenging time for not just the PBA, pero everyone. But that created a lot of good memories.
Yeah, so maswerte nga tayo, napinayagan tayo maglaro.
Yes. And we think, of course, lahat na nagtulong-tulong. Yung basketball talaga nun, it gave us a sense of normalcy.
Yes.
But this is starting to become a normal side. Louis Sanggalang sa ilalim. Inuurong lang yung depensa and eventually getting the 2 points.
Walang problema sa kanya yung mas matangkad, basta mas magaang. Because he can use his strength.
But unable to hit that bonus free throw. 2:22 left in the first half. 20 na naman ng Meralco. Almazan, nakalibre, huli ni Bravo. A big block for the rookie. Kadalasan si Raymond yun ang uhuli ng ganyan.
Oo nga eh.
That's clean as a whistle. Two-minute warning has been announced. Hernandez to Mariano. And Algin has been very quiet dito sa larong to. Hernandez for 3. That trickles in.
What I like now is hindi nagmamadali itong Terrafirma. They're moving that basketball, trying to see kung saan sila may advantage and getting those shots.
Dahan-dahan lang. But here's Meralco looking to respond. Bangga. Newsome and Hernandez, eventually a foul is whistled. At ako, you know, honestly,
I agree. that wala yung foul nun, but there's a foul prior to that.
You understand the frustration niya, bench ng Terrafirma, lalong-lalo na sa harap nila nangyari.
Yan yung foul. That one wala. The one prior to that, there was a foul. At least that's what I see.
Alam mo, well, the thing is, penalty na rin yung Meralco. So, there is also no point in Terrafirma arguing that it was before the attempt. But I think they felt na hindi dapat naging foul. No? But nonetheless, Newsome knocks down the first free throw. And there might be a warning or a technical. Technical na. Ang tanong dito ngayon, because parang yung pito for the technical foul happened as Newsome released that second free throw. Are they gonna count that? They counted it kasi yung huling tira was already the technical free throw. Pero hindi ba disconcerting yung referee? Pumita ng mga free throw si Desa.
Nakakagulo ka, ref. Pasok naman eh.
Balik sa 20 naman na Meralco. Suddenly, Dom, after looking like they couldn't score in the first few minutes, 58 points in the first half, and we still have a minute to go. Nonoy with 13. Almazan could not get that to roll in.
Well, you look at the ball movement for Meralco in the second quarter. They have 6 assists already.
Foul whistle on Meralco at dahil penalty na itong Bolts. Sanggalang, titira siya ng 2 free throws.
Tsaka yung field goal percentage ng Meralco, ang taas pa rin eh. Still at 58%. Terrafirma at least doing better now with 40.
Yung comeback and the way that Meralco flipped the story of this first half, Dom, it wasn't a big run. There wasn't really one major thing you could pinpoint to. Pero parang dinahandaan nila. All of a sudden, they were up by this big.
Tinabahan nila, they really got the points inside the paint. We saw that. We saw that movement of them attacking, them trying to get to their spots. At nakita natin, because of that patience, nakakuha sila ng mas madaling mga tira, kaya lumaki yung kalamangan.
By the way, on Friday, Terrafirma will be back in action. They'll be going up against Barangay Nebra San Miguel at 5:15 p.m. Yung Meralco rin maglalaro ulit in the second game at 7:30. They will be battling the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Yan po, on Friday, games will be played at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Right now, as it stands, a 17-point lead for Meralco. Yung isa pang department, no, we've been mentioning the dominance of Meralco in the paint. Kasama na rin dyan, syempre, yung rebounds. They've doubled on the rebounds of Terrafirma, 31-15.
What we mentioned, #1 rebounding team itong Meralco, averaging close to 57 rebounds a ball game. So very aggressive when it comes to that.
Good on that freebie. Under a minute to go. First half action. 1-3-1 zone. Needs a teammate. They kick it out to AB. 2 to shoot. AB for 4. Almost went in. Almazan with a rebound. Almazan fishes for a foul.
Linapit yung bola dun sa kamay ng kalaban.
Parehong mga letranista. Ito si Almazan and Sanggalang in different generations. Eh, naisahan ng kuya, yung mas bata.
Free throws. 7 of 17 itong Meralco. Prior to that.
Actually, parehong teams, eh, no? Terrafirma is also
8
not
of 14.
shooting that well.
Yeah.
Well, 1 of 2 for Almazan. Nagamit na rin na 30-second timeout. Terrafirma Dyip with 23.7 left in this second quarter. We've seen some good individual performances from both teams.
Oh, John, you look at it. Hindi pa natin na-mention yung bench points nitong Meralco. 30 bench points for Meralco, 15 only for Terrafirma. Remember, that happened with Chris Banquero coming off the bench in that first quarter.
Yeah.
And then Alin Maliksi, andyan din para dito sa Meralco Bolts. Banquero has 10. Newsome, who started out this ball game, has 10. But then you have Rayson with 9. You have Maliksi with 3.
So, paalala lang natin sa mga viewers natin that meron tayong laro on Monday. Well, actually Tuesday yan ng Philippine time. 12 midnight po. So, huwag kayo malito ha. 12 midnight, pagpatak ng Tuesday.
So, Monday, inaabangan mo.
Oo.
Inaabangan mo na siya ng Monday.
Naghahanda ka na ng midnight snack.
Oo.
Yan, Rain or Shine versus Barangay Ginebra will be happening naman. 12 midnight din ng Thursday. So, yan, tuloy-tuloy ka na kasi may double header ang PBA here in the Philippines. Tapos, abangan mo na rin yung 12 midnight para yung Rain or Shine versus Barangay Ginebra. Turnover para sa Terrafirma. That hurts coming off a timeout. 5 seconds para sa Meralco. Quinto, a little too strong. It will stay. Oh no, it goes the other way to Terrafirma.
Both teams in the penalty.
Nonoy, a prayer from half court. It won't go. And Meralco, after being down 9-0 sa start ng ating laro, they're now up 59-42. What a story, what a comeback it has been. At pagbalik po namin, hihimayin ni Dom kung ano nga bang nangyari in the first 24 minutes of this game.
nagbabalik tayo dito sa Inares Center in Antipolo para sa tapatang Terrafirma at Meralco. Magandang simula nga ang pinakita ng Terrafirma with a 9-0 start to the first quarter, care of Mark Nonoy. But after that, it has been all Meralco controlling the boards and also their bench stepping up. Kaya naman at the half, the score is 59-42 in favor of the Bolts. Mamaya babalikan natin ang exciting basketball action. But for now, another thing to get excited is our PBA All-Star. Nagbabalik na nga, so you can vote now for the PBA 50 All-Star happening in Candon City. You can scan the QR code or visit www.pba.ph/All-Star. The voting period will be happening from December 5 up until January 18, and you can select 5 North, 5 South, 12 rookies and sophomores, and 12 juniors ang inyong iboboto na gusto nyong makita sa ating PBA All-Star in Candon. And of course, pamaskong handog ng PBA 50 as we celebrate Christmas on PBA's 50th season year. Your PBA will be giving away free tickets throughout the month of December 2025. Note lang na first come, first serve basis ito, kaya naman talagang pumunta na tayo at manood ng ating PBA. Libre lang ito. Siyempre, meron din tayong trade alert. So, the Terrafirma Dyip gets Joseph Eriobu and Magnolia will be getting the 52nd season second round pick. Paolo Havillanar naman ay napunta sa Titan and Converge will be getting the 51st season second round pick. Ngayon naman, kung gusto nyo pa ng aksyon, ito, panoorin natin ang ating top 5 plays.
Rejecting the ball, it was not good. Umikot. The layup is gone.
Oh, what a spin move by Noko as they're now carrying the Converge defense to shred.
Six to score. Caleb Yongson umatake. The pass to Mamuyak. Outside shot. Three to beat the buzzer.
That's huge. 3-point shot coming in Mamuyak.
You off the crossover, bounces to Calvin. Gets tightened the lead.
Laking bagay yung dalawang mintis ng free throw.
Natrasbeda yun eh. Terrafirma with it. Jerry Gulik! Iaprueba yun! Munson up ahead! It is tightened by 3 points. They were down 15 in the second quarter. They were down 12 with about 8 minutes remaining in the fourth. Pero ngayon with 34.4, lamang na ng tatlo at Titan Ultra kontra sa...
Bounces it over to Malonzo. A cutting Noko. Sinausaw sa...
Down the baseline and the pass coming from Noko. Oh, what started that play was Caracol.
Biggest lead of the ball game.
One on the move, puts it in.
Shot. Fourth shot coming from JGDL, Mr. Tuaral.
Free ball squad.
And look at this move. What a shot by Juan Gomez de Leaño off the glass.
His finger rolls in Noko naman.
Oh, look at the crossover by Juan Gomez de Leaño and the score.
Juan Gomez de Leaño, lefty layup is gone.
Comes up with a stop. Watch out. Save Lucero will throw it down.
And again, that turnover by David. Nakaposte, pinuntahan siya.
Kanina 11 yan at the end of
It's a
one.
big miss to start of the second quarter. No? Here
Japan! Galit na galit!
It's just so nice to see Japan Aguilar still doing what he does. At ilang turnover?
Dalawa pa lang. Yung isa natapak lang naman sa linya. Hindi naman sadya.
Ayun yung sinasabi natin. Defensively, they cannot break down. That was just too easy. Slam dunk by Richie Rivero.
Santos on top of Nelly. No go. Rivero with a running start. Richie rises high.
Wow. Second dunk of the ball game para kay Richie Rivero. And hindi basta-basta yung dinakdakan niya. Itong si Stephen Holt. This is how quick he got up there.
21 big ones para dito kay Rivero. More importantly, baba sa 6 ang inahabol ng Phoenix.
And then after makapasok ng quarterfinals, ang inahabol mo naman ang top 4. Yan.
Mag-twice to beat.
Paying attention ka.
Oh! Galinato was definitely paying attention there.
And that's what you need. Kailangan mo yung mga hustle plays na gano'n to ignite that energy para sa TNT. Remember in the first quarter and a half.
Aguero with a steal. Flores on the run. Flores throws it down.
Si Abueva, pinasahan ni Flores. Ngayon, binalik ulit ni Abueva sa kanyang kasamahan.
5-0 counter mula dito sa Titan Ultra will pull them within 7 once again. Kate Flores rocking the...
One is close but no cigar. Napunta na rito sa Phoenix. Evan Nelly surveying the floor. Hands it over to Balongay! That's a jam for Kai!
And spectacular look-away pass by Nelly.
One situation. But he lost his dribble, gives it up to Nelly. Nelly bounces it over to Balongay for another slam and jammer! Right before the buzzer, Balongay puts an exclamation point to the end of this first.
Superb execution, great timing, and look at that one. Just passing that rock. Dunker spot, slam dunk for Balungay.
Again, try to prevent Patrick. Herndon misses. Tapigan ang bola na kanino. Sasapuhin ni Moko. Sinanampak ni JV yun.
Kailangan nyo lang marami pa nun. Mga plays na gano'n.
It's halftime inside the Inares Center Antipolo. At lamang po ng 17 points ang Meralco over Terrafirma, 59-42. Maraming salamat sa pagsama niyo sa amin sa RPTV. Jot sulit pa rin with Dominic Uy and Eileen Shi. Dom, ano bang naging kwento for you nung first half?
Well, kitang-kita natin para dito sa Meralco, once the bench started to come into play, dito na bumalik ang Meralco at lumamang. Points inside the paint, they were really good at that. They were getting that basketball inside. Tingnan natin yung kaya naman yung kanilang field goal, mataas, 55% as compared to only 38% for Terrafirma. Look at their rebounds. Number 1 rebounding team itong Meralco, 32-16. Bench points, we mentioned that. Guys like Banquero and the other guys coming in and helping out. Rayson as well coming in for Meralco, 31 as compared to 15. Points in the paint, yung nga mention natin. Points in the paint for Meralco, 30-16. Pero yung Terrafirma naman, not bad, especially in the fast break in the second quarter. 9 fast break points for them in the second quarter alone.
And we take a look at the leading scorers now. Tig-dalawang players in double figures for Meralco and Terrafirma. But yung nabanggit nga ni Dom is mas malalim at mas marami yung nag-aambag sa panig ng Meralco.
But hey, Paolo Hernandez doing a great job. 11 points in total in the first 2 quarters. Actually, lahat ng 11 nanggaling in that second quarter. So you appreciate that effort for him, shooting 4 of 6 from the field.
Yung 11 naman nung kay Mark Nonoy, 9 of Mark Nonoy's 13 came in the first 2 minutes of this entire ball game. In fact, lumamang nga ng 9-0 yung Terrafirma. Pero once things click for Meralco, they never look back. And for the Bolts, nakita nyo naman doon sa stats kanina, too many statistical categories na dinoble ng Bolts yung output ng Jeep.
Well, that's really, you can see anong kinakailangan gawin ng Meralco, right? You understand, balikan natin yung team standings. We started out with our team standings. What is important for Meralco, they're at 3 and 4 right now. They're looking to go 4 straight. 4 straight, including this one, to get to 7 wins, 7 and 4. Obviously, will get you into the quarterfinals. Magic number is 6. Ito namang Terrafirma at 1 and 7. Very slim chances of making it into the quarterfinals. But you want to be competitive the entire time that you're playing on the court. Yun yung goal that was reported. Let's see kung anong sinabi at the half dito ni Coach Ronald Tubit sa kanyang mga bata.
Aaron Black, you saw him on your screen, scoreless in 14.5 minutes of game action. Si kung ano magagawa niya in the second half. Well, the guy you mentioned earlier, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang tikada ni Paolo Hernandez.
Well, they got to get upon him. That was too easy of a shot for him.
Alam mo naman, laki ng improvement ng Terrafirma from the first quarter to the second. 16 points in the first quarter, 26 in the second. Ang problema, 35 naman yung ginawa ng Meralco in that second period. Let's look at this shot. Paolo Hernandez, sabi mo, no one there to cover him as he knocked down a 3-point shot. Nahatid sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook.
Oh, he's made 2 of 3 in the first half. So that's 3 of 4 right now for Hernandez.
Saldivar, nag-excuse me sa depensa ni Bates. And just like that, itong Terrafirma is within 12.
So kung naman yung sinabi ni Coach Ronald Tubit, maganda simula itong Terrafirma.
Black comes up short, gets it right back. Cancino, tres niya is no good. Look at Bates, and he has been a beast on the boards.
Why do I like that move? That's an offensive rebound. And then hindi basta lang siya umangat and try to get it from where he got the rebound. He actually went to the open spot to get the 2 points.
Bates now has 14 rebounds. Makaka-rebound na naman ito Meralco. That's too strong for Nunu. Long board goes to AB. Will he finally score? Yes, he will.
Sometimes you don't know kung paano nakahanapan ng butas ni AB yung mga ganun eh. But he's able to do it. And just so pretty to watch.
Kanang kamay, kaliwang kamay, pati yata pa, kaya niya
pwede rin.
Back to a 14-point lead. Enjoyed by the Bolts. Hernandez. Natempt si Brandon Bates to put his hand in a cookie jar. Sabi nga ni Nuno.
Yes. Especially when he's that far out. You know, you want to help out. Don't reach in. You want to be able to step in that lane to make the offensive person back up.
Free throws has been a problem for both teams actually. Imagine yung Meralco. Their lead could have been bigger pero 8 for 19 lang sila in the first half. Ito namang Terrafirma now 8 of 15. 8 of 60. 50%. Something's up from the free throw line in this game.
At both sides, di ba pa minsan isang side lang ito.
Meralco staying patient. 8 on their 24. Black missing. Almost another rebound for Bates. I'm not sure if they're gonna count that towards him or team rebound, but he has had a lot of them.
15. That was gonna be given to him, right?
Yeah. Pero Meralco has to take it. Cancino with the long bomb. No. Bates is open. And he knew. Found him. 2 more points para kay Brandon. Mariano with the response.
And I'm just waiting for Aljon Mariano to get more comfortable dito sa Terrafirma because you know, kaya niyan pumutos. He can play multiple positions as well.
Actually, parang si Aljon, he's helping his younger teammates shine.
Yeah.
And speaking of young guys shining, that's exactly what CJ Cancino has been doing all conference long para sa Meralco.
And no wasted movement din masyado itong si CJ Cancino. So, it's really good.
Let's bring in Eileen into this conversation. Eileen?
Justin Dom ayaw isipin ni Coach Jeff Napa na nasayang lang ang kanilang magandang simula dahil para sa kanya, basta may oras pa, kaya pa nilang bumawi. Kaya naman ang gusto niyang makita for the second half is better individual defense because when they do that, matutulungan nila ang kanilang sarili na makuha rin ang kasunod na hinihingi, which is limiting the offensive rebounds of Meralco. Inaasahan niyang si Mark Nonoy at Ian Sanggalang ang magdadala sa koponan na ito. So we're hoping to from them. At para naman sa Bolts, isa lang ang hingi ni Coach Sandro Soriano. More intense ball screen defense because currently, malambot pa daw ang kanilang coverages. So Terrafirma is taking advantage of it. Sa inyo.
Thank you, Eileen. Ang masaklap lang doon, kung offensive rebounds yung gusto ilimit ng Terrafirma in the third quarter, in the second half, they haven't really been succeeding.
Yes.
Because napakaraming offensive rebounds na nakuha ng Meralco. We've only played a little over 3 minutes dito sa third quarter. Oh, the Jeep scoring that time. Cancino, siya na ngayon ang leading scorer ng Bolts. He has 12 under his name, looking to add more. That didn't work. Tumatakbo na naman si Hernandez. Ball lost. Black takes it away. AB hangs in the air. Oh, it looks like he got hurt.
Did he land on somebody?
Kita natin yung expression ni Aaron Black.
Narinig mo yung,
yeah. Looks like he's gonna be okay, pero yun nga, we're trying to see kung ano yung nasaktan talaga.
Natamaan ba siya sa hita or yung paglanding niya, may naapakan siya?
Tinitingnan ko pa rin kung ano yung pinapagpag niya. I can't figure it out, but he's okay. That's what we're sure about. Dahil naglakad din naman siya to the free throw line. And we knew, we mentioned 0 points in the first half, but we knew it was only a matter of time bago magising si AB.
And you know he's aggressive. He's looking for opportunities, not just for his teammates, but for himself as well.
For a time, it was Meralco and Magnolia na parang naglalabanan na sino ba yung pinakatatagal with that same core because they barely made moves in their rosters for several years. Ngayon yung Magnolia parang talaga nag-revamp na rin. In fact, earlier, there was a trade announced with Joseph Eriobu being traded to Terrafirma pero he's still playing in the SEA game, so
that's an addition for Terrafirma na magagamit na nila ngayon.
It's true.
Yun ang magandang bagay doon. And hindi masyadong madaming minuto ni Eriobu sa Magnolia. He will get some time here at Terrafirma.
Dami niya rin kasing kaposisyon doon. Number 1 na, Xavier Lucero.
Mahirap na kaposisyon yun. Diba?
Oo, lahat kaya gawin. But it's Sanggalang back at the line. Louis, 3 of 5 from the stripe. That's another make. He's got 9 points now. nakaka-score itong si Sanggalang underneath, but you're left wanting more on the rebounding end. He only has one rebound, and if he's gonna serve as the center of Terrafirma,
Kailangan mas madami. You gotta get at least 8.
Kaliwete kontra Kaliwete. It's Cancino stepping into a 3. Oh, look at Cancino come out of nowhere. Getting his own miss. No one shadowing CJ.
And the most dangerous person is the one who took the shot. Kasi alam niya kung saan pupunta yung tira niya eh.
Tsaka siya rin yung unang makakaalam kung mintis.
Di ba? Alam siya kung saan magbabounce. Uy, medyo kanan yun.
Yeah.
Di ba?
That's how he got to it so quickly. Now he's at the line. This quarter has belonged to CJ Cancino. He has 13 points and 7 boards now. We're already so impressed, Dom, sa nakikita natin from CJ Cancino in just a little over 1 season in the PBA. Pero alam natin, ang dami pang pwedeng ibigay nito. And he's gonna grow and
get better and better.
A spectacular player.
Alam mo, ang inaantay ko din, nakakalaro siya sa gilas eh.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
It will come. Pero alam mo, pasikip din ng pasikip yung roster space sa Gilas Pilipinas kasi ang daming ang uhusay na mga batang manlalaro ngayon on the come-up. Yung SEA Games roster nga natin, di ba? We have a couple of guys who are not yet pros, who are still in college.
Oh, because of the rules, all of a sudden.
That's true. All of a sudden, is the perfect way to say.
Well, kasi parang sa mga hindi nakakaalam, diba? The host has basically the prerogative to implement or, make new rules. Seems like it's a little bit late in the game, right?
Bates with a block and another rebound. Pero look at Nonoy. Take that ball away. Hitting that R2 Hodge. Sends that back.
Sabi ni Hodge, ninakawan mo kami. Hindi ka makakashoot sa harapan ko. Nonoy trying to use his speed, but Hodge perfectly timing that block.
When Mark Nonoy is running, you need to use shorter sentences because he gets to the rim so fast. Mariano, labas kay Nonoy. 4 ang hinahanap, no good. 7 minutes left in the third. 17-point lead, Meralco. Black has woken up here in the third, but they're gonna go to him in the post against Nonoy. There's that semi-hug.
He has that size advantage. And matigas itong si Aaron Black kapag pumunta siya dun sa low post. So Nonoy trying to play physical, but Black had that advantage.
Ito si Mark going to Sanggalang. That Meralco defense has been suffocating Terrafirma. They've been attacking Nonoy in the post. Ito naman si AB to the cutting. No! Oh my goodness! Lusa on the rise!
Points in the paint once again. Pero nakikita mo parang doktor yung pag-atake nitong Meralco eh.
Suddenly, we were thrown back to Nusam's rookie year nung dinakdakan niya. Arwin Santos lang naman. Ranidel de Ocampo lang naman. This time, putting Terrafirma on a poster. A decade later, kayang-kaya pa rin. Chris Newsome flying high in Antipolo, giving Meralco a 21-point lead. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
Omi. Oh, si Louie na to. Louie. Pau. Jeric. Prince. Tignan mo kung may tao rito ha. Pag nandito bola, drop down na to right away. May dalawa side ako. Pag binaba na, papaba rin kayo dyan. Quick. Offensively. Let's go zoom pin for CJ. Okay? Both. So when he goes here,
CJ Cancino. You know, we were talking about so many different guys, pero dito sa third quarter, CJ came in and said, talk about me.
14.7 rebounds, 5 of 11 from the field. Alam natin, pag nandyan si CJ Cancino, he is looking for his shot. And they are setting him up. Yun ang maganda doon. He may be young in this team, but they understand yung capabilities nitong si CJ Cancino. Kaya naman, integrated into the offense. And that's why he's starting out the ball games.
Alam mo yun yung sobrang impressive dito sa Meralco Dome because this is not the first time that a young guy, extremely talented, suddenly entered their roster. And in both situations, that other time was when Newsome entered this team. And they open arms said, sige, go do your thing. We'll get the
You're acknowledging the talent that you have.
And they're getting rewarded. That's a 3 from Cancino. 24-point lead, the biggest that the Bolts have enjoyed dito sa larong to. Ahanmisi still could not hit. And Cancino's on his way to a double-double here. Grabbing rebound number 8. Cancino na naman! CJ hits again!
Things are just opening up for the Meralco Bolts, moving that basketball better, finding an even more open man.
Banquero was asking for it dun sa kanto, pero if you're CJ and you're feeling it right now,
tsaka hindi ka pwede magreklamo kung ikaw si Chris Banquero, pasok na. Diba?
Ahanmisi really looking for his shot, and it hasn't been there. CB, drag screen, refused it. Change of direction para kay Banquero, iwan kay Almazan. Raymond masyadong malalim. Not giving up that foul, just trying to stop yung transition attack na itong Terrafirma.
A big 27-point lead right now for the Meralco Bolts.
And they're not stopping them, they're not slowing down.
And important because they're playing Wednesday, they're playing Friday, and they're playing Sunday. Hindi, walang Friday. Sunday pala.
Yung Meralco kasi, sobrang dikit-dikit yung laro nila nung unang part, di ba?
Sorry. They're actually playing Friday as well. Hino Stadium against Phoenix. And then December 14th, Sunday, kalaban naman ang Converge. And then they play Friday again to close out yung kanilang elimination round.
It's a hectic schedule for Meralco, but they knew it. Di ba? Alam naman nila yan coming into the battles that they've had, if they will have. Dahil nga nagsasabay po yung stint ng Meralco dito sa PBA Philippine Cup at sa EASL. And still they're able to
prayers up for their import, Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Chap,
madalas kayo magkasama din, di ba? Ikaw yung kasama niya nung umiikot siya eh.
I had the honor of going to around the country with Ronde Hollis Jefferson doon sa kanyang RHJ on tour. Really helping out Filipino kids learn and develop in the game of basketball.
May natutunan ka rin ba?
Sumuko siya sa akin sa pagturo. Sabi niya,
mag-host ka na lang. John, you got the mic.
Alam mo, nakakatuwang makilala siya off the court. Really incredible human being.
Diba? Ilang taon na siya nandito, ilang beses na bumalik. At kaya nga, diba, sinigurado na ng TNT na siya yung magiging import nila. But now, with that injury, we're gonna have to see what is the extent.
Very unfortunate. We hope for Ronde's quick recovery. In the meantime, eto si Almazan, naipit sa ilalim. Yun yung mahirap ngayon for Terrafirma Dome. No matter who they put on the floor, they have a disadvantage in terms of size.
And the confidence right now, bibigay mo lahat yan sa Meralco.
Tapos yung free throws din ng Bolts, pumapasok na. Second one for Almazan. That's good. Garcia's checked in for Terrafirma. Kasama niya si Olivario and Rivero. Mukhang gumagamit na ng ibang players. Susubok ng ibang formula. Itong si Coach Rodan Tubin. Well, I'm not sure if they wanted to use that formula. I'm not sure kung sino nakatapik, but they'll take the 2 points. Still, Meralco's up by 25.
Timingan mo yung gortat mo, ha? Once na nakapasok na rito, tsaka ka mag-gortat. Para ma-free up yung dalawang shooter. Ha? O, sige, one time na yan. Louie, kaya na 31 tayo eh. Pati ikaw nandito. Ikaw dito. 31 tayo dito.
You're still watching the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup. Ngayon po, mga laro is being played inside the Inaris Center in Antipolo. But dami na nating nabisita doon dito sa Young Conference na to. We've already gone out of town. We played in Dubai. We're gonna play a couple of games next week in Bahrain. Abangan niyo po yan. Let's talk about Jerick Anmisi though. He's been trying to get himself going. Pero hindi nahuhulog yung mga tira. He's Terrafirma's leading scorer in terms of averages. It's been an off night for him. Quinto, gustong postehan si Garcia. Bong out to Rayson. Inside to Almazan. Soft touch for rock and roll. Now it's Terrafirma's turn. Olivario zigzagging. Rivero susubok sa labas. Prince got to fall. That's a three-pointer para kay Rivero.
Very important for Meralco to be able to communicate dito sa quarter na ito because if you're leading by this much, you don't want to play basketball na makakabalik itong Terrafirma. So you need to keep aggressive kasi alam mo kung sino man yung papasok para dito sa Terrafirma. They're looking for that energy. They're trying to make those stops.
And it's been Raymond Almazan na yung nagiging vocal, especially on defense para dito sa Meralco, making sure na engaged pa rin yung 5 on the floor. They're up by 24. Garcia for 3. Could not make it back-to-back para sa Jeep. Rayson. Outside Banquero. Bakbakan doon si Quinto at Garcia. And it's Pascual with that one-hander. More offensive rebounds for Meralco, and it's going to be more free throws for them.
They've been lording it over in terms of the rebounding department. Tuloy-tuloy lang. They are, again, we keep mentioning it, sila may pinakamagaling sa pagre-rebound dito sa ating liga.
Ito si Prince Rivero joining the scoring with a three-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
That is 51 rebounds in total for Meralco.
They look like they're going for their average. Baka malagpasan pa.
25 lang para dito sa Terrafirma.
The wife of Raymond, always in attendance. Hindi rin natin nakita andyan si Jacob, yung anak ni Raymond. Nakakatuwa talaga yung makita yung mga kids ng PBA players na pag rookie sila, baby pa. Tapos makikita mong tumanda rin yung mga anak nila as they become vets.
Tignan mo nga yung anak ni Mike Cortez, di ba?
Ay, grabe.
Diba?
Ay, hindi ko na inabutang bata.
Sino, si Mike?
Si Jacob. Kaya same age kami. By the way, congratulations to you!
Hey!
And the De La Salle Green Archers taking game 1 of the UAAP Finals.
Oh, Rivero.
I didn't see it happen, but the way that
mukhang nagkabanggaan ng tuhod eh.
Prince visibly in pain. Pero nakatayo naman agad. Ito yung nangyari. Oh yeah. Banggaan niya ng tuhod.
Those are big guys.
Parang hindi nagbanggaan ha. Parang wrong movement nung pagpa-atras siya. Oh, well. Rivero has been replaced. We're hoping that it's nothing too serious. So, nakikita natin siya doon sa dulo ng bench. He's being checked on. Pero I think a good sign is there doesn't seem to be any sort of panic doon sa medical team ng Terrafirma or with Prince. The panic that might happen is on the court with Terrafirma now down by 28 points. Misi. That's a long three, no good. Can you imagine? We now have a long three. Kasi kung nakaapak sa 4-point line,
tama.
I hope we never have a long four. Parang medyo sobrang na yata yun.
Steph Curry range na yun, di ba?
Absolutely.
Or Paul Lee range.
Dati, Jimmy, alapag country yan eh.
Tama. Yung 4-point line actually.
Yeah.
Dyan tumitira si Jimmy.
Quinto. Ito na naman yung sinasabi mo. They always like starting their offense with Quinto in the post. That time, Misi with a stop. For Terrafirma Dom, we're still waiting to see. Alam natin, pangarap din syempre niya magkapatid to share the floor. That Misi layup will not count. At parang expression niya, of course, kung kailan di counted, tsaka na-shoot yung tira niya. Meralco, another big quarter for them, and they go up 90-62, 28-point lead that they'll take into the fourth when we return.
Stop Jerry. Mabilis naman kayo. We go 31. Watch out lang. Ball. Nandito bola. Dapat you drop. Kaya na libre. Yan talaga pinamimigay natin. Napahelp eh.
Meralco started this game down 0-9 because Mark Nome had a big run. Pero bumawi itong Bolts with a 14-0 blitz. At maraming tulong-tulungan in order to bring Meralco back in this game. It mostly came from in the paint. Diyan talaga sila na mayagbag with guys like Hodge, pati Brandon Bates gumagawa. Chris Newsom had this dunk showing the buttons here in Antipolo. At eto, napakasipag sa ilalim, Brandon Bates. He only has 7 points, pero tingnan mo naman, yung 16 rebounds, sinamahan pa ng 3 blocks. Hindi mo pa nakikita dyan sa numerong yan, the times na hindi na lang tumira yung Terrafirma or nag-iba yung tira nila because Bates was there in the middle.
Well, maganda. Everybody is doing their role, right? Nakita natin. Para nga silang surgeon, very precise yung kanilang ginagawa. Pag nandyan sa loob si Nonoy, inaatake nila. Pagka nandyan si Cliff Hodge and then they see a mismatch, doon pinupuntahan nila. So it's really, you can see that collectively they're on the same page. And then guys coming off the bench are able to produce as well.
You know, we did mention ang daming nagambag. But if you're gonna take a look at the plus-minus, magugulat ka siguro kung sino yung pinakamataas ang plus-minus dito sa Meralco. Kurt Rayson is a plus 19. Just one above Brandon Bates is plus 18. Pero yan naman talaga yung kung paano binuo itong Meralco squad doon. Diba? This roster is meant to make you guess kung sino ang mananakit sa iyo. Not figurative, not literally, but figuratively in any given night. Here's Rayson again.
Oh, good pass.
And left with no other choice dahil badly out-rebounded itong Terrafirma. He tried to get a little more aggressive but got called for a foul. Vaquero, what a move! CP!
Oh, he saw he had a good disadvantage. And nakita rin niya, libre yung baseline. Help, not ready. That's good recognition.
The Italian swirl towards the baseline. Finishing through the foul. And completing the three-point play. Mark Nonoy after that 9-0 start, 9-0 personal run to open up the game. Nagkaroon pa naman ng a couple of baskets for him but has been relatively quiet. Still scoreless in the second half. Naghahanap ng foul doon. Nag-whistled. That ball moved so well for Meralco. It went that
Finding an open man, very wide open. Have a lot of time to be able to line up your shot and make it.
Terrafirma is trying to fight as much as they can. Hernandez, miracle make there. Yung one-hander niya pumasok and was even looking for a foul, pero parang nasaktan na si Paulo. Gets the ball back. Forward pass to Nonoy. Sabi ni Bangkero, paano ka dyan?
Ang bilis eh. Was able to get that angle to the basket.
30-point lead still. Enjoyed by Meralco. Rios. Cut-block by Nonoy. Ito na naman siya. Naiwasan pa si Rayson.
Sa bilis na, naiwasan pa yung gustong gawin.
You know, before, nung bago pa ma-recruit sa Manila, ito si Mark Nonoy, he was being called the Russell Westbrook of Surigao. There's flashes of Westbrook just in the way, in the aggressiveness, di ba? He attacks downhill every single time.
Yung Westbrook na hindi sa Lakers, ha?
Ay, pwede pa ngayon sa klase.
That was a forgettable stint for him. Di ba? Missing wide open layups.
Oh yeah, it was a challenging stretch for him. Pero maraming ganun eh, di ba? They say it's the city, the bright lights of Hollywood.
Yung sitwasyon. Diba? Iba din yung pressure pag nasa Lakers. Everybody, you know, people say that everybody wants to be a Laker or a Celtic. Diba? Pero iba rin yung dala ng pressure na yun.
Oh yeah.
Once you're there.
Pero ang galing din, like we were talking about Jerica Hanmisi and the different role that he was given when he moved to Terrafirma. All these guys, professional basketball players, they're so talented. They just need the opportunity to show exactly what they can do. Meralco still in full command of this ball game.
Down the hole. Get here. Get here. Binigay, release ka Mark ha. Binigay, pag may kunin mo, pag may ball screen, Jerem, ikaw kukuha ha. Ikaw yung nasa gitna eh. Louie, angat ka. Pag may ball screen dito, angat ka. Aljon, bababa ka.
This is the game between the Meralco Bolts and the Terrafirma Dyip. And currently, Meralco still leads 96-68. Napailing na lang si Coach Jeff Napa in the latest huddle of the Terrafirma Dyip because the goal all along has been to keep it close. This is why ngayon na patuloy na lumalaki ang abante ng Bolts. Ang hinihingi na lang ni Coach Ronald Tubid is good defense pa rin. As he says, masyadong maraming drives ang nangyayari. Tapos hindi pa nakakatulong na we keep on making costly turnovers. We just need to stick to our system and execute. Balik sa inyo, Joten.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Ito kasing Terrafirma, they're still a young team. With all the changes that happened, kind of brought them back to being a young team.
Yes, very fluid and daming movement for the players. And, you know, some of them play the same position. Some of them are undersized. So, naghahanap ka talaga eh. You know, you also have a new coach in Coach Ronald Tubid. And you're hoping that these changes will make a difference.
And it's going to be habit forming here for Terrafirma. Look at that.
Justin Brownlee.
Justin Noipi, Kabayan JB, however you want to call him, in attendance here.
At ngayon lang natin nakita na nasa likod ng Meralco.
Oh, hi.
Diba? Usually siya yung nagpapaiyak sa Meralco, but he is playing for Meralco in the EASL.
Totose, nothing there. Kapanan sa rebound. Bravo throws it away. And sabi ni Nonoy kay Bravo, mabilis ako tumakbo, sa harap mo iba to.
Tama. You always want to pass ahead para hahabulin mo. Mahirap saluhin yung bola pag nasa likod mo.
Baka gusto i-check ni Bravo kung mabilis na mag-backpedal.
Actually, tama. Pero yun din sinabi ni Magu, hindi mo daw masyadong binigay sa taas eh.
Ako na naman ang nasisi.
Ikaw ay talaga sisisihin ko din, dapat hindi mo talaga pinasa.
Balang araw mo makikita niyo yung video kung paano hiningi ni Magu yung alley pass.
At kung paano naniwala si John na tama yung desisyon na yun.
Alam mo ginawa nung hindi niya na-shoot? Kumapit sa shorts.
Madulas
kasi
daw.
madulas. Okay, it's a four-point shot from Nonoy. Mark Nonoy.
21 points already for him.
Also had a pretty good game, diba? The last time around. That loss against Titan Ultra. Komiya. Nabutas yung depensa and got that floater to roll in. Jeff Komiya. And Meralco breaks the century mark. Nonoy wanted to go back-to-back. Coming up empty dun sa pangalawang attempt. Ito si Quinto. But that's money for him. I know there were a lot of things that they did right in this game, Dom, pero what opened up this opportunity to go ahead by this big from
I think they controlled the rebounds. So that was really important and they got points in the paint. Yun talaga nagsimula, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda na simula nitong Terrafirma 9-0. Did not panic. They went to their strength. They went inside. You know, points inside the paint. First quarter pa lang, 16 points in the paint na. 16 of the 24. Kaya nakabalik sila. They tied the game, then nakabalik sila, and then naka-abante na sila.
Si Jay Bravo, di ba, we talked about him being an impressive rookie. Totoo naman talaga, 12.3 points per game, pero
not too many minutes today.
Yeah, and only 3 points to show. Ang talino rin ang ginawa nung Meralco, just to harp on your story, di ba? Parang, okay, hindi nahuhulog yung mga tres nung una eh. Sige, sa ilalim muna. And when the gates opened from beyond the arc, they took their chances and hit a bunch of them too.
Yeah, from the three-point area, they only shoot 27% for the conference. So they don't really rely on that. 46% sila from the two-point area. You see that a number of their shots, especially in big man to big man passing, nakita natin this conference, mas halata, mas highlighted na naghahanap sila ng mga tira sa loob.
And it's so scary. Yung mga ina-highlight natin mga pangalan sa Meralco. They're just getting started with their PBA pads. Pinag-usapan natin how CJ Cancino has been such a bright spark. He's their top scorer with 20 points. You mentioned that slowly napapasa na kay Brandon Bates yung reins as the main slot man. He has 16 boards in this game.
He's getting more minutes, right? And they're giving him that exposure that he needs.
Prince Rivera's family, ang kanyang wife na si Leslie, his son Luque, at syempre ang father-in-law ni Prince. Sino ba namang hindi may kilala?
Okay.
Mr. Leo Martinez.
Such a great character actor.
Weather lang.
At saka di ba yung anak ni Prince yung nabigyan ng sapatos ni Luca?
Yung trophy.
Yung trophy.
Yung best player of the game trophy. Nakakatuwa makita yun because every day that Luca played in Manila, they were watching and they had a different banner. Hanggang napansin na ni Luca when the banner said, "I was named after Luca." Again, we're reminding you na habang tumatakbo po ang PBA Philippine Cup, tumatakbo rin ang SEA Games. Tibay at tatag, pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Suportahan po natin ang ating Filipino athletes. Tumatakbo na nga up until December 20 via the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and RPTV. 6 minutes and change left in this ball game. Maliksi. Missing. Pero again, offensive rebounds, Dom. The energy has stayed the same for the Bolts.
And we talked about the bench. Right, yung bench talaga yung nandun para sa Meralco. The starting five did not start out well against the starting five of Terrafirma, but the guys coming off the bench definitely were the ones that brought this game back under control. You know, we have to mention Chris Banquero, 10 points in that first quarter.
That's how you score 105 points with a little less than 6 minutes left in the game. Talagang kailangan iba't iba yung gumawa.
Tama. 63 rebounds for the Bolts, 23 offensive rebounds, and then Meralco scoring 16 points off those 23 offensive rebounds.
Are there any positives that Terrafirma can take away from, the performance here despite
Mark
the big
Nonoy, right? If you look at him, Mark Nonoy obviously having a good game, 22 points. Paulo Hernandez as well. So, you're looking at building the confidence individually. But as a team, you can really see that they need to be able to work on their defense and make sure that they help each other out. And kinakailangan talaga mag-gang rebound sila because they're not that tall.
Gaano ka-importante, Dom, na makapag-identify ang Terrafirma or ang isang kupunan ng go-to guy that can be the one who tries to lift you up kapag naiiwan ka when you're on the bad end of a run?
Well, the good thing now is hindi lang kasi isang player lang. So what you do is whoever's on the floor, yung lima na nasa loob, naghahanap ka ng sino yung pwedeng may advantage, kung sino yung pwedeng makakuha, sino yung scorer. Right? And that's why coaches will always, whenever they have a 5 on the floor, meron parating scorer yan na pwede pumuntahan pag kinakailangan ng puntos.
Sa Meralco, kahit saan sila pumunta, nakakapagbigay ng puntos. Jeff Comia being given some minutes, rewarding his coach with a potential 3-point play. At ngayong pumasok na si Anjo Cara, mukhang nagamit na ni Coach Luigi yung buong roster niya in this game. Three-point play completed. 5 points for Comia. 5 minutes left in the game. Paraiso off the glass it goes.
Remember, we talked about itong Terrafirma also rebuilding. A lot of these guys also nakuha nila during the draft.
Yeah, very young guys.
Some of them may have had some experience in the MPBL, but it's very different yung laro pa rin dito sa PBA, especially when you're playing against bigger and stronger guys.
I think you can only really have 2 guys in their roster right now that you can call vets, and that's Aljon Mariano and Maverick Ahmisi na hindi pa nga makapaglaro because of an injury.
Could probably put Jerick Ahmisi as well in that conversation.
That's right. But there's no denying the talent na meron niya. Yung mga batang manlalaro nitong Terrafirma. It's just piecing everything together.
Well, they're a couple of moves away to be able to make it into the playoffs. Let's be very straightforward about that. You need to be able to get. Do you want to get pieces now that you can use? I think that Eriobu trade is definitely something that they can use. Kasi kailangan nila ng malaki na ibang pagkaan. They need that presence inside.
Pagdating dyan ni Eriobu sa ensayo, sabihin ni Jerick, "Oh, it's you!" Dating magkasama rin araw-araw yan sa ensayo ng Magnolia. But yeah, alam mo, nakaka-excite din to try and foresee kung ano yung magiging kakalabasan, kumbaga, ng magagawa ni Eriobu with, for sure, more minutes that he'll play with Terrafirma. Kasi nakita natin, si Jerick biglang scoring in the 20s.
Siya nakakashoot sa labas, nakakaposte sa loob, and he's a big body. Na kitang-kita naman natin ano yung kinakailangan nitong Terrafirma. They need big guys.
Karam, bigay kay Jose. Titira na 3, that's off. Humihingi na actually na sub itong si Toto Jose. May looks like Meralco will leave him on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a foul committed by Olivario. 2:35, and all we're waiting for here is the final score. But there will be a timeout here. This is going to be a win number 4 para sa Meralco, but we still have 2.5 minutes to play. We'll bring you that when we return.
45, ikaw dapat kay maliksi. O CJ, o ganito ha. On. Pin down. Ira, dito ko muna ha. Idat. Paul, get out. Bigay. Pagbigay, hand off ulit.
A conference high for Mark Nonoy, 22 points, 4 assists. He took a lot of shots, but kinailangan Kinailangan for someone to try and drive Terrafirma.
And aggressive, right? Yun yung maganda dito. Pinakita niya na agresibo siya. Hindi ka pa pwedeng, alam mong lamang itong Meralco in terms of dun sa lineup, but you need to be able to compete. Like Coach Ronald Tubit said, kinakailangan makipaglaban sila every single possession.
And Mark Nonoy, na-delay rin ng konti, di ba? Yung PBA debut niya after getting drafted because he had commitments to a different team in a different league. But the moment that pumasok sa PBA, on agad nga yung turbo, yung jets. He might just be, pound for pound, the fastest player, sprinter in the PBA.
PBA masubukan yan, ano?
Oo nga eh. Pwede bang mag-ano tayo?
Combine?
Combine for the vets. Yung mga nasa PBA. So the lead continues to grow. It has become beyond my math. Alam mong malaki na yung lamang pag beyond your math na eh. 34. Here's Meralco looking to add onto it. You did mention, di ba, yung usually magic number to get you a sure seat in the playoffs is 6.
Well, nakita natin sa ating team standings, di ba? Lahat may 6 wins, pasok na yan. So going back to our team standings, the guys who are assured of getting into the playoffs already is Rain or Shine at 7-2. Then you have San Miguel at 6-2. Converge, Magnolia, and NLEX all at 6-3. So that's 5 spots already. And then naghahabol at 6 right now is TNT Meralco at 3-4. Looks like they're gonna go for they're gonna get their 4th win. Right, so they're gonna end up with 4-4. Then Barangay Ginebra is at number 8, 3-4 as well.
May tatlong laro pa. Itong Meralco. After this, ang Terrafirma naman, dalawa na lang.
Oh, pero itong Phoenix at Titan, both at 3 and 6. So still could make it to 5 wins.
Yeah. Magiging bakbakan talaga. Remember,
parang for number 8.
Oh, paalala lang po, wala tayong yung mga nakaraan. Meron tayong playoff for number 8. Wala na po yan. It was made clear by the PBA
Kaya
at the start of the
napaka-importante
season.
ng quotient.
Yeah,
right?
napaka-importante.
Every basket counts.
$117 to 84. Entering the final minute of this game, Meralco, a strong message in their return in the PBA. Pero again, just a reminder, kahit isang buwan natin hindi nakita yung Meralco, they were busy.
Yep.
Hindi sila natenga. They were just playing in the EASL and playing well. Yun ang isang mahalaga doon. They were winning. They won their last 3 games. Tao yan yung tinalo nila November 8, November 15. They beat the Macau Black Bears. And then eto ng December 6, Dom, they had a game actually. So siguro may onting fatigue from the flights, but in terms of game shape,
kanina, di ba? Dumating sila ng linggo ba? Or ng lunes din. Or dumating sila ng linggo, nagpahinga ng lunes, nag-ensayo ng Tuesday, and then played today. They will be playing Phoenix at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. They will be second game on Friday, and then second game ulit sila. Pagdating sa Sunday, kalaban naman ang Converge.
Ang kagandahan naman din for Meralco, nung nagpahinga yung PBA, remember that 2-week break that we had for the FIBA window, pahinga rin sila noon. They didn't play any games in that 2-week stretch. So they also were able to refresh a bit, just like all the other PBA teams. And they will break their skid because bago nga yung isang buwang pahinga nila in the PBA, back-to-back losses actually yun eh. that Meralco suffered. The last one coming in the hands of TNT.
Dikit eh, di ba? Itong mga talo nitong Meralco. Lost
right.
to TNT by 2. Lost to NLEX by 4. And then lost to Rain or Shine by 1. And yung isa nilang talo by 4 din eh.
Yeah, alam mo, halos lahat, di ba, nung games nila were winnable. But this time, they didn't leave it to chance. They didn't leave it to the final possessions, final seconds of the game. Entering the fourth quarter, this was already pretty clear. And that buzzer makes it official. 120-87. 33-point win for Meralco. They improved to 4-4.
Well, Meralco wanted to come out and win today, even with that tough schedule. Starting out with Terrafirma, didn't start out all that well. But come the 5th, 6th minute mark of that first quarter, they got their act together. Pumunto sila sa loob. Nakakuha sila ng guys coming off the bench and scoring. But in the end, the guy who started out the ball game and continued on, who was very consistent, yung kanilang sophomore, CJ Cancino, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 of 15 from the field. And he is the leading scorer in today's ball game, but also the leading scorer for Meralco this entire conference.
That's right, and he's one of 5 players who finished in double figures para sa Bolts. Just an all-around brilliant performance para kay Cancino. Particularly nag-init siya in that third quarter. And he had 11 points in that period. He powered Meralco to a dominant win. 120-87 is the final score for my partners Dominic Uy and Eileen Shi. This is John Swoop. Maraming salamat po sa panonood ninyo ng PBA dito sa RPTV.
Best player of the game is CJ Cancino. Congratulations, CJ. Good start na pinakita ng Terrafirma. They led 9-0 to open the first quarter. But you managed to overturn that and hold on to the lead. What made that very possible?
Siguro nag-stick lang kami sa sistema ni Coach Nenad kasi yun nga sinasabi namin, medyo nahirapan kami to adjust from EACL to dito sa PBA kasi ang dami nga naming import sa ESL and then nag-PBA kami. So I'm happy na nakabalik kami sa gusto namin kahit malayo pa, on track naman kami.
What stood out to me today is that usually Meralco averages a total of 92 points per game. But today, you managed to surpass that, scoring over 30 points in the second to the fourth quarters. What just fueled your offense for today?
Siguro yung sharing the ball kasi mas nakita namin na the more yung lahat ng 5 na sa loob na nakahawak ng bola, mas gumaganda yung flow namin, mas nababasa namin yung depensa, and mas nahihirapan yung kalaban namin na depensahan kami.
Okay, CJ, chance para makabati.
Binabati ko yung lolo't lola ko sa Amerika, kay Tatay Oni and kay Nanay Lorna, and syempre sa dad ko, Chairman Longlong, I love you.
Thank you so much, CJ, and congratulations once again to the Meralco Bolts. Now it's time for us to hear from our winning coach.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to the post-game press conference of tonight's PBA Philippine Cup matchup between Meralco and Terrafirma. The Bolts won in convincing fashion, 120-87. Joining us is winning head coach, Coach Luigi Trillo, and we will be joined later by CJ Cancino, our player of the game. Coach, first off, just your thoughts about tonight's commanding a dominating victory.
Yeah, we were medyo worried because we really haven't had a chance to practice as a team. We only had one practice. We have a lot of respect for Terrafirma. Yung record nila is not really what they're about. This conference, they've been playing well. In fact, yung last game nila sa Titan, they were up most of the game. So, you know, for us, I noticed every quarter we won the quarter, which is good. First half, we had a lot of missed free throws. Third quarter, I think we made 9 out of 9. And then it's nice that everybody kind of chipped in this game. It wasn't just 4 or 5 guys, right? And we have a tough schedule ahead with Phoenix on Friday and Converge on Sunday. So it is a good one to start with.
Balikan natin yung aksyon sa pagitan ng Meralco at Terrafirma. In the first quarter, Mark Nonoy caught fire. He scored the first 9 points of the entire game.
Well, you could see that he was aggressive. Nakita natin, lumayap siya, tumira siya sa labas, and he was successful. Pero itong Meralco Bolts, sinabi natin, pumunta sila sa loob. They got those points inside and they were unselfish.
And everyone chipped in para sa Meralco. Pumunta nga sila sa loob, pero that shot actually from Banquero opened up the gates for their outside shooting too. Biglang lumamang yung Meralco pa ng 8 points by the end of 1.
Dahil 10 ang puntos. Itong si Chris Banquero in the first quarter alone.
And in the second, there was more from Meralco. We told you, maraming nagtulong-tulong. This time, it was Kurt Rayson scoring 3 of his 9 points in the game.
Well, again, you look at Meralco doing what they do best, which is really trying to break down yung depensa ng kalaban. At that time, it was Cliff Hodge getting the 2.
And for Terrafirma, well, sinubukan ni Paulo Hernandez na gisingin yung chip. And they had a good run, mini run, in that second quarter. Pero lumaki na ng tuluyan. Itong lamang na Meralco, they were up by 17 by the half.
Well, you like how Meralco rebounded that basketball, got second chance points, moved that basketball, also finding their open shooters. CJ Cancino still hot in that third quarter.
Yeah, 11 points for Cancino in that third quarter alone. In that third quarter alone also, 8 offensive rebounds for Meralco. Sabi mo nga, talagang paulit-ulit lang yung nangyari, them dominating the inside until Prince Rivero, well, he hit 1 3-pointer. Signs of life from Terrafirma.
Well, they wanted them to keep on fighting, to keep on pushing. And that's what they tried to do. Pero in the end, itong Meralco just too good and wanting to win this ball game, putting in the effort.
You know, up by 28 entering the fourth quarter. Yung final 12 minutes, it was just figuring out what the final score would look like. Nonoy did his thing with 22 points in the ball game. Si Bonquito had some final touches too.
At kahit sinong pinasok nitong Meralco was able to contribute. The bench really contributing for the Meralco Bolts in this entire ball game.
And Toto Jose got that bucket in the final few minutes. 13 players scored for Meralco, 5 of them finishing in double figures with Cancino leading the way with 20 points. They take a 120-87 win over the Terrafirma G. And that will wrap it up for us for the first game of your PBA doubleheader mula po dito sa Inares Center in Antipolo. Don't go anywhere dahil may isa pang laro. It's the second game. It's gonna be Barangay Ginebra San Miguel versus the Blackwater Bossing. Both teams also trying to gain a spot in the playoffs. So mainit ang magiging laban. Stick with us. We thank you for watching. For my partners Dominic Uy and Eileen Shi, John Sulit po. We'll see you later in the second game of your PBA Wednesday.